Hi there, Karen here with Whiskey Sour, and it is December. You're thinking, yeah, it has been for a couple days now. It takes me a little while to figure out what month we're in, what day we're on, you know. I'll be probably a month into January and then, or maybe even into the spring and think, oh, it's 2011. I don't pay attention as much to those sorts of things. Just like when somebody asks me how old I am, I have to really give that some thought too. Of course, you don't ever ask a woman how old she is, right? Come on. I just don't think about numbers and days and years and all those things as much anymore, so I just nicely realized it's December and Christmas season. And for those of you who celebrate Hanukkah and all those things, but I'm not going home for Christmas. So I'll go home shortly after that, but we have a big show coming for the j.r.r product that we've been working on. That's that app I was telling you guys about, where we've managed to get a hold of all these old masters of these songs, and you can break them down and rebalance the mix and solo parts and play along with it and all this sort of thing, right from the original masters. And it's taken us years to acquire those rights, and so it's a very exciting time, and we're going to be showing off our j.r.r app for the iPad and for the desktop. It's already on the iPhone, but for those two other applications, and so it's an exciting time. But there's a lot of preparation work that has to happen before NAMM, which is kind of the second week of January. So it's a really busy time, and the industry quiets down a little bit in December in Los Angeles, and so it's a really great time to get prepared for that and to feel caught up. So I'm going to go back home after that. So in the meanwhile, lots to do. But yeah, I just realized it's December, so I hope you guys are all getting ready for Christmas. And so being as I'm home, if you guys want STEVER CDs to send to your friends, I can sign them to whoever you want, you know, to Joe or Jason or Tina or whoever you want me to sign them to for Christmas. And I'll either mail them to you and you can gift wrap them and give them to them, or I can send it directly to them or whatever. I don't do gift wrapping. But I will sign a CD and send it. And you guys, of course, can pay for it whenever you want. That's entirely up to you. I do understand that the Christmas season money can get a little short, so if you guys want to pay me in the new year, that's fine too. Just let me know and I'll get them out to you, okay? And that's anywhere. I'll send them anywhere in the world, unless there's some weird country that just won't let the CD in. I've had some weird places that they're just like, you know, just will not take a CD. People have said that to me online. It's like, my country won't take a CD, and it's just like, wow. You start to realize that you live in an okay place in the world. Yeah, rock is a privilege, apparently. I wrote a blog today called Quit Trying to Fix Me, and it was inspired by someone who had a status update. I saw a J.R.R. Tolkien quote today that said, "Not all who wander are lost." And of course, here's a guy who clearly had the imagination to wander happily through life. He's best known for the Lord of the Rings and all those kind of fantasy stories. And you know, I think that guy might be a happy wanderer. I feel a bit like a happy wanderer lately, where I just kind of wake up every day and wander through life. Wander seems like a kind of casual word, though, because my life is anything but casual. It's kind of crazy, but it's good. Everything's really good. It's just I feel like a little bit like a happy wanderer. You wake up, see where you're needed, where do you need to go on your journey. So yeah, J.R.R. Tolkien, he's I would say happy wanderer. Anybody who writes fantasy too tends to be that way. We talk a lot about either being exuberantly joyful, cartwheeling through this world, or we feel very isolated and lost. This is where insert a whole bunch of people saying, who's joyful? We talk a lot about being isolated and lost. I talk a lot about isolated and lost. You guys are just listening. It's me trying to include everybody. We, right? You'll hear me say that a lot. What about all these happy wanderers in between? You know, the people that we just assume are lost. And this status update that I saw from this person, "Quit trying to fix me." Well, I'm not sure who she directed that towards, but I think the statement was exasperated. Whatever her scenario, it's just she had way more exclamation marks on than I did. I just had the one, but she had "quit trying to fix me" and it just a whole bunch. So annoyed, angry, upset, exasperated, whatever. But I think a statement like that can either mean they do not need fixing, or they do not want to be fixed. And I couldn't help but wonder what sparked it. Why would a person need to express this so colorfully with a bunch of exclamation points after it? And I could have asked point blank, who's trying to fix you? But instead I would just rather think about it, me, philosophy and all that. Well, anything I say obviously will be a speculation, but my sleuthy tendency is just going to go ahead and investigate it anyway. I tried to look back on times in my life. This is what I try to do, is put myself into these scenarios. And seeing as I've done just about everything and lived about everywhere and bought the t-shirt, I can, in most case scenarios, look back on my personal experience with that. And there were a few times that this encompassed my feelings. This quit trying to fix me. One was where I was actually broken, and the other was when they were. Just two situations. Either way, my view on it is that nobody should try to fix anybody. And it's an obscene form of control. That's my take on it. The thing is, she didn't say, quit trying to control me. She said, fix me. I guess the person opposite her has just come up with some kind of solution. She didn't say, quit trying to fix my problems. She said, quit trying to fix me. I had people hand me therapist phone numbers, group therapy phone numbers, and recommended medication to me as though they had a PhD and were able to sign off on a form. I had people trying to set me up with job interviews. They didn't like my choice of jobs that I was having, or my career choices or whatever. I had people hand me the classified ads, the penny saver, whatever. If you don't ask for help like that, it's immediately insulting to be told to do something. Back to that kind of control. Now, if you are in a loving relationship or a friendship, these recommendations can come off as helpful, but a loving person just won't try to inflict any kind of control on you or make you feel smothered like that. They'll make you feel loved, and they will address the solutions in a loving way because you want that. Because it's one thing to say, oh, well, she needs it. Well, that's not up to us to decide who needs what. It's up to us to love and offer help and things. But clearly this girl was not feeling loved. Not with that many exclamation points. She felt controlled. That's my take on it. I don't think her actions were being restricted. Rather, I feel like her character had been taking a personal insult from someone. Now, I don't condone anyone trying to fix anyone else. I think it's wrong. I think it's controlling. But what I did was I did a healthy assessment of what was going on to just determine if I actually did require fixing. And I secretly didn't let them know, of course, you just kind of go, do I need fixing? Without them knowing that you're thinking that way. If someone is feeling strongly that something about me is interfering with their world, it's my responsibility, I think, to assess to see if I'm actually doing my part. And I don't allow that to take too much of my time, by the way, because if it takes too much of your time, you start to feel bad about yourself and you imagine things that aren't there. But if I am verbally abusive towards somebody and they're trying to fix me, and I can't recognize that I am, I would deserve that, but only if I was infringing on their life. Do they have a right to kind of intercept or whatever, just in that kind of controlling way. Even then, trying to fix me is probably not the proper route to be taking. I have been diligently trying to assess my part of the blame. That's something it has been hard because I have been in the blame game for a really long time. I have blamed everybody on this earth for something or other, whether it's our leaders, whether it's whatever it is. I've been part of that blame game. Relationships, all the things I talk about. I have been a big part of the blame game, center line. And I think it's easy to become fixed on them trying to control me. And it takes my eye off the ball, which is working on my own character. If you get caught up in this blame game, it can take your eye off what you should be doing and where your work is required. And for me, it's concentrating on getting my character in check. And I am sincerely hoping that this girl is able to get refocused on just what truly matters. So what if somebody's trying to fix you? Why do you give it that much attention? If somebody I feel is trying to fix me now, I do my little quick assessment, but I'm not going to have an outburst with them over it, because that's giving them too much attention, and my character requires my attention. So they didn't succeed in making us all better now, you know, but they certainly did distract us from the journey. We are allowed to go on, and quite frankly, that we need to go on for our healing. I believe it goes back to letting someone inside your head too much. And it's, once again, as I've mentioned before, incredibly damaging to our spirit. And it's a good reminder for any of us who are exhausted by the behavior of those around us. Sometimes people have to wander around in the muck. You know, when J.r.r. Tolkien says, not about all of us who wander are lost, but some of us have to wander around in the muck to try to figure it out. And we have to be cautious if it interferes with our own well-being, but for the most part, people have the right to screw up and learn from it. That's your God-given right. That's choice. That's the greatest gift we've been given. You're allowed to screw up, and you're allowed to learn from it. And so when I see this girl say, quit trying to fix me, it almost feels like somebody is taking away her right to screw up and learn from it. You know, that's kind of what I got from it. I figure I had to suffer through all my crap. Why shouldn't everybody else? But seriously, though, control is so damaging. And it takes away the goal of control to begin with. Somebody's goal of trying to control. You start off trying to change or fix someone, and then it turns into them hating you more. And that sucks. So it just backfired on you anyway. The only thing I hope to fix right now is a guitar case, so my acoustic will fit in it better. Bought a guitar case. It's not the right size. But I don't think I can get, for this particular acoustic, I don't think I can get the right size. So I'm having to peel off the inside of the stuff and cut that really, really hard foam down. And I signed off today saying, covering the floor in snowy bits of styrofoam to remind me of home. Just looks like snow everywhere. You know, I'm chiseling away at the edge of this guitar case. It's just snow. So that's what I'm hoping to get fixed. Wayne Dyer quote at the bottom that I tacked onto the end. Deficiency motivation doesn't work. It will lead to a lifelong pursuit of trying to fix me. Learn to appreciate what you have and where and who you are. And I think that's really great that, you know, if we kind of look at life and we think about all the things we don't have, and we think about all the things that we aren't, and we think about all the things that need fixing. And that just really does lead, like he said, to a lifelong pursuit of continuously trying to fix yourself. And I don't think that works either. So not all who wander are lost. Awesome quote. So that's my 2 cents from the peanut gallery over here. So from Whiskey Sour and I, Whiskey Sour and me, oh, that's an English language thing that I had growing up, and I recognize it's wrong and I still don't fix it. Whiskey Sour and me. Right, Whiskey? Rock on, guys. I will tune in with you tomorrow, okay? Rock on.